Hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you. I am at the Brewerton Diner, full and content. Just had the delicious Philly cheesesteak here for lunch. Can't wait to come back later in the week for breakfast. Make sure you get here. Gift cards are available for the holiday season at the Brewerton Diner as well. Want to get into a topic here that I think is something that we've always kind of tried to kind of pick apart left and right as seasons go on, and who the top fourth quarter quarterbacks are in the National Football League. And when you take a look at the quarterbacks around the league right now, you know, it's awfully hard to not put Tom Brady in there at number one. The way this guy just is so mechanical, and he just cuts apart the defense, spreads the offense out, makes the defense guess all the time, slings it and dings it, throws it short, throws it long. I would probably still put Tom Brady in there as the best fourth quarter quarterback in the NFL. The number two guy, I think, who has actually surpassed Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers is Russell Wilson. When you look at how he's played in the fourth quarter, if you look at all the stuff that he did yesterday even against Carolina, that was a must-win difficult game. Seattle's not good on the road. Carolina's very good at home. Russell Wilson and Seattle, they fly across the country to the East Coast. It's a nip-and-tuck game the whole way. Wilson goes for well over 300 yards and multiple touchdowns, but it was that last drive where he took him down, made all the plays with his feet and his arms and his arm, and literally put Seattle in field goal position. They win the game, and Seattle now primed for a chance to win a wild card berth, especially with the the floundering of several other teams in the NFC. Seattle is in a good spot, and they can control their own destiny for sure. But Wilson, a real big reason why. He is so good in the fourth quarter. I would put him in there at number two. My third best fourth quarter quarterback, it's awfully hard between Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. But I'm going to put Drew Brees in there right now because he's playing at an all-time a level, even for him, and he's a first-ballot Hall of Famer. He's setting records all across the board. But when you need a key drive, when you need a big-time throw, when you need third downs converted in the fourth quarter, is there anybody better than Drew Brees? And a lot of times in games when you get teams kind of punching each other back and forth, scoring and nip and tuck, and if you need 7 to take the lead back, you need to reclaim the lead, you need to cut the lead, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter if you have a lead that you're trying to make bigger, if you're trying to reclaim the lead, if you're trailing by a little bit, trying to tie it, whatever the case may be. Drew Brees is stellar, all the time. But in the fourth quarter, he's got clutch genes as well. I would probably put Drew Brees third. And then probably Aaron Rodgers in there at number 4. Aaron Rodgers this year, I think, has had actually a rough go of it on some third downs. I mean, he's had some bad plays. If you look at the last few weeks, yes, he throws lasers. He throws those ridiculous darts down the field. He throws the back shoulder pass better than anybody in the National Football League. But he has also blown it quite a bit on third downs, and some third downs in the fourth quarter. The guy just completely looks lost. I mean, just simple throws for a guy who is going to Canton on the first ballot seems a little odd to me. But, fourth quarter quarterback play is so huge. I mean, when you look at, years gone by in the NFL, you look at it even at the collegiate level, it's just crucial. It's paramount to be able to do things in the fourth quarter as a quarterback. I am very, very, very intrigued to see who maybe the next guy or next couple of guys will be. Maybe a Deshaun Watson. Will it be a Carson Wentz? I'm very intrigued. Maybe Baker Mayfield. Maybe somebody like that can come in and be a fourth quarter guy, because there is no substitute for clutch fourth quarter plays. It's like hitting a bottom of the ninth inning walk-off hit. It's the equivalent of making that big-time turnaround jump shot with the game on the line in basketball. Scoring that huge power play goal when you need one in overtime in the hockey, in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The fourth quarter quarterbacking is so huge, and, it also allows teams to, I don't want to say take a step back or just kind of completely fold because they know that their quarterback is going to handle business. but the quarterback does mask a lot of deficiencies. If you look at the way a lot of teams have played, if they've had an elite quarterback, a lot of times there are still 4, 5, 6 different things that are going wrong with your football team, but you don't see them right up front every time. You don't read about them all the time because your quarterback is saving your bacon left and right. And so it's just a talk, well, they won the game, the quarterback was great, and meanwhile over here this happened, over there this happened. And when you look at fourth quarter comebacks, when you look at fourth quarter play, the quarterback playing in a clutch spot all the time repeatedly gives his team that much more confidence. That's exactly what Tom Brady does. He exudes confidence into his football team. You take a look at Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, the same thing. A lot has been made of the Seattle Seahawks. The Super Bowl there a few years ago with the with the Legion of Boom and all that, and they don't run the ball on the 1 yard line or the half-inch line, whatever you want to call it, with Marshawn Lynch, and they could have won 2 Super Bowls right in a row. Instead, they only win 1. Now is the window closed, and the article that came out some months back talking about how Pete Carroll and the staff and everybody in the Seattle front office was coddling Russell Wilson, and the fact that, my God, this guy's too much of the franchise. He's too much this, too much that, and he's getting paid a ton of money, and he's got special privileges and all that. I don't know how much truth there is to all the coddling. I don't know as if it's a good, healthy thing in a locker room to completely and overwhelmingly give that much to one player, whether he's the quarterback or not. But the reality is, how can you not pay Russell Wilson? I mean, this guy has been an unbelievable, defying the odds type of a quarterback. He reminds me a lot of Drew Brees, a little shorter in stature, but his heart is enormous, and he just makes all the big plays. He kills you with his legs. He kills you with his arm. He's got unbelievable instincts, and just completely changes the dynamic of the defense and how to prepare for him. He is just, to me, he's elevated himself into a fourth quarter type quarterback. I mean, you trust him. He knows how to manage the clock. He calls timeouts at the right spot. He doesn't beat himself, and he makes all the big throws, converts third downs. Really, really fantastic stuff out of Russell Wilson yesterday against Carolina. So I'd go Tom Brady, I'd go Russell Wilson, I would go Drew Brees, and then Aaron Rodgers. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at the top 4. Phillip Rivers, maybe you could put there at the 5, but kind of a top 4 for me. You can leave that spot open for the 5th. And maybe next time we do it, we'll do a top 5, and there'll be a new guy coming in as a fourth quarter quarterback in the NFL, one of the best in the game. Andrew Luck is a guy who you can count on in the fourth quarter as well. But I'm talking about that tough as nails, got to have a touchdown type of quarterback, the guy who is going to drive down the field and perform at the highest of levels. And those 4 guys come to the top of my mind for sure. It'll be interesting though to see if we can see Andrew Luck get into that more consistently. Phillip Rivers in the twilight of his career, although he's playing so well right now, I guess he's not quite in the twilight of his career. I think he could be the MVP of the National Football League, actually. I think it's between him and Drew Brees at this point. In the season, Patrick Mahomes as well. I would give Khalil Mack some votes. Carson Wentz, let's see what he does. Cam Newton's got a lot of work to do to become a fourth quarter quarterback. Could Jimmy Garoppolo become a guy like that when he gets back from injury? So a lot of intriguing guys kind of waiting in the wings, Baker Mayfield, etc., to be a fourth quarter clutch quarterback. But right now I go Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, and Aaron Rodgers. I'm Mike Lindsley here from the Brewerton Diner. We just gave away basketball tickets for Syracuse and Cornell this Saturday. Make sure you come down here and sign up on that sheet for the next game that we'll be giving away for Syracuse basketball. All year we're giving away tickets. Pretty cool stuff here. And make sure while you're here that you eat breakfast, eat lunch. You can grab the Brewerton Benedict on a Texas toast with the bacon gravy, a couple of over-easy eggs, add some ham to make it more Benedict-like. And, of course, you can get the Philly steak like I did today for lunch, and an array of other great menu items here at the Brewerton Diner. Get me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. My podcast you can download on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. It's the ML Sports Platter. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.